Pritzker met with Pope Leo XIV today in the Vatican. The two held a private 40-minute meeting and reportedly discussed the Trump administration's immigration deportation campaign underway in Chicago. Pritzker also extended an invitation for the Pope to visit the Windy City. The governor was accompanied by his wife, MK, and his chief of staff, and reportedly brought a number of gifts, some of which included a piece of art from a woman and prisoner at Logan Correctional Facility, as well as a book from the Lincoln Presidential Museum and a book on the Illinois governor's mansion.